Hello, my name is Andrew Parker. I'm a professor in leadership at Durham University. I've spent the last 20 years studying networks in organizations. I think the most important tip I could give to people with regards to networks is that it's not about building a huge network. It's about building an effective network and a network that works for you. So people know many others in the world, hundreds, thousands of people. They aren't necessarily part of your strategic network for your organization or for your SME. So what is it that you want to achieve through your network? And then that leads you to think about, well, who is in a particular network? And then we can start to think about characteristics of those individuals. People who are close to you provide you certain types of support and certain opportunities. People on the edge of your network are potentially connected to all sorts of other people in other networks. And so they could act as boundary spanners to other groups of people. So having an understanding of the structure of your network can be very beneficial. Then if we think about building networks, then there's a couple of key things that you want to think about with regards to building networks. So one is building what I call open networks. So trying to connect to people who aren't necessarily connected to those people that you already know. The second thing people or organizations should do is thinking about sort of the depth of relationships. So should they develop what we call strong ties versus weak ties? So strong ties have they're very important from a trust perspective, whereas weak ties, they're more transactional ties, but they can actually link you to people that you might not necessarily have ever talked to or known about previously. So they can link you to areas in the world, essentially, that you couldn't do through your strong ties, who are more likely to be connected to those around you. If we also think about maintaining ties, here you want to be selective, I think, because there's only so much time and energy that any one individual has. So which individuals are key to you and that you want to carry on developing and deepening those relationships. And in truth, it's not just what you get, there's also give and take in this. So you've got to think about what can you give to others, and that helps maintain those ties. Not everybody is comfortable with networking. People like myself or introverts aren't necessarily natural networkers. But there are things that you could do. You don't necessarily have to walk into a room where you don't know 100 different people. So the things that I think you could do is essentially building your network from friends of friends. So that's an effective way of building your network. I think other effective ways are thinking back to all the people that you've known but have lost touch with over the years in the different organizations you might have worked for previously. There's an idea called degrees of separation. So the idea is you're within 7 links of everybody in the world. Not fully accurate, but it means you're within 2 or 3 links of most people in the UK. So asking a friend of a friend, and suddenly you can reach almost anybody. I think my favorite anecdote from the research, the interviews that we've done, was a gentleman who was flying back from, I think it was Gatwick to Newquay, and he noticed the person next to him was reading a magazine about boats or about fishing, and he started up a conversation with that individual. They both enjoyed the conversation, they exchanged business cards, and not soon after they became business partners. And this is just completely through serendipity.